Yo, 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 yo. Yo. You're about to kick this shit in the dick, motherfuckers. Hello. Alright. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is I'm fucking choking already. Is that camera a little bit fucking off? Hold on, let me adjust. There we go. Alright, what's up? That was a terrible intro. What a horrific dismount coming in on this one. Alright, we got all new equipment here again today. Non-stop, constantly just trying to improve the sound, and unfortunately it's often fucking, 5 steps backwards, 1 step forward. That's how it is. All these other fucking podcasters and comedians doing the same shit on Zoom. They're zooming to each other. Hey, let's stand on each other's punchlines. Let's freeze in the middle of a story. Someone's telling a compelling story about fucking going to prison or something, and they're like, and next thing you know, I saw this. That's what we like. Zoom. If you're watching a fucking Zoom podcast, you're scum. All right, let that be known. I fucking stand by that. If you're sitting here watching a Zoom podcast, let me share this fucking shit. Let me share this shit onto Twitter. Get a couple of fucking dopes. Come over. All the Twitter fucking fans. That's where it's at, by the way. Twitter used to be dog shit. Now it's the shit. Here we go. Now we're sharing. How are we all doing? How's the chat? Sorry I'm late. Kind of. This show is never usually on a Thursday. It's usually on a Friday, but I'm out of town this weekend. So I said I'd do it today. Because the last time I did it, I just pre-recorded and released it. Everyone was like, fucking, yo, where's the live stream? They're like, where's the live stream? So now I'm doing it on the Thursday. And everyone here is fucking... everyone here is fucking saying, you're late. Everyone's saying I'm late. I'm late to this free product. That's at any time I want it to start. Alright? So I'm not actually late. You guys are here just waiting on me. So this is free. So I'm not late. There's no such thing as me being late. But I am slightly late. I apologize. I was busy. I had to pick up new merch. I had to fucking get new equipment. So hopefully this time next week. I know I bore you to death. I know. It's a terrible fucking habit of mine to inform you on all the shit that's going on in the studio here. But I got a new microphone, I got a new mixer, I've got a bunch of new shit. Hopefully this time next week. Can you hear those? Can you hear her from the other room? Are you picking that up? Really? Someone said tell the woman to be quiet with the dishes. Can you actually hear that? That's crazy. The merch that I picked up is just the same old merch that I've always had. I just need to give it to people. But if you can hear that, that's nuts. You really shouldn't be able to hear that stuff going on. Tell the wee woman to be quiet with the dishes. That's so funny. Let me see, by the time you guys catch up with the chat. That's the worst thing about this is the fucking... Yeah, your mic sensitivity is up or something. Okay, let me turn this right down. Because this is the new setting. So hopefully you're only picking up what's going on right now beside me. Okay, is this better? Because now we do be hearing it though. Yeah. Alright, well, please God now that this audio is coming in, because it seems like it should be coming in fine. It's like new settings on the mixer, and it's supposed to be better. Everyone's saying it's clattering. Wow. So it's picking up a lot of shit like this. So maybe I can pause it for a second and go back to the old settings. But this is the way it should be right now. That's better. Thanks, bud. Alright. Live adjustments. I was in a B&H today. I went in to see a couple of Jews to teach me how to fucking a couple of Jews to teach me about audio. I don't know how they became the guys, but you know, hey, that's just what's happening. Obviously it's better because she stopped washing the dishes right now. She's clanking them away. She's smashing them because she's angry because she hasn't had an orgasm in a couple of years. That's not really my fault, I don't think. That's not really my fault, if I'm being honest. So let's hope this audio is better. I apologise for that, but it should be. Yeah, it's funny that these Jews just became the guys to just absolutely control the fuck out of audio in New York. If you want any podcast equipment, you got to go find yourself a curly Jew, like a pure Jew, not like a fucking, you know, like, hey, I guess I'm Jewish kind of thing. You want a pure, some guy who looks at me like I'm a dirty pigeon. That's what I want. I want them to look at me like I'm scum on their shoe. And that's when you know you're getting good audio. If you go in and he goes, oh, yuch, velochach, gadish, and you go, what? And you go, just buy this, you fucking idiot. And you go, okay, sure, all right, whatever. You can be whatever the reverse of anti-Semit. Hit me with some reverse anti-Semitism. That's what I want. If you're gonna be fixing me, what's that? There's now you guys are gonna have to tell me this. There is some construction going on outside my window right now. So let me know if you can pick that up. Because if you can pick that up, the audio's gonna be fucked for the whole fucking show. I'll have to pause this or something. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, they're building a fucking greenhouse or something out my fucking back garden right now. Everyone's saying they love the Jews. They love the Jews. See that? This is a good fucking this is a good vibe right now for a podcast. Now people are saying, is she vacuuming or using a blender? Oh yeah, so that's some construction going outside the window. So I don't know how to fix this. Maybe if I do this, look. Hello. Turn it right up. Hello. Yo. Whoops. Alright. Maybe I'll lower it down like this so it's much lower. Hello. It should be still kind of, and I'll get in nice and close. But now you don't be hitting me with my fucking 1 2 1 2 1 2. Molly gave me a dollar saying you are sexy. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, I appreciate that. What's your deal, Molly? You just giving people dollars? Someone said I don't hear any background noise. Well, everyone's saying there's a sander or something like that. So this is the problem. You try and improve stuff, you make it worse. This is the story of my life. Things they're not broke. They're like, say, don't fix it if it ain't broken. But then how'd you make it better? You know what I'm saying? How do you make it better? This is, I think, is good now. Hopefully there's no more issues, and I apologize. And I want to apologize now for us. Also, it's a tough week for white guys. There's another L fucking unnecessary massacre. No need for it. No need for a massacre, if you ask me. A couple of the Asians got fucking wiped out. It's tough. We need to kind of have a talk or something. I don't know why it's always guys that look like me. I know I get pretty angry. I might have a little bit of a temper issue. I may have anger issues. I may have anger problems. But some sort of hick, I'm actually not even sure what part of the fucking I'm not even what part of the fucking country it was in. Some hillbilly, Appalachian looking, moonshine drinking weirdo just decided to shoot a lot of massage parlour broads. Couple of possibly happy ending, I don't know. I didn't look into it too much, but every time you hear there's a mass shooting, you go, come on, man. Come on, black people, come on. Just do it. We're all shooting the same amount of people. We just need you to be a bit more like, save it into just one guy. That's what I'm saying. This is this. When you have a lot of violence in the hood, if I can say that without being a corny, it's very hard to say that without being a corny white guy. When there's violence out there in the ghetto, it's very much a one-on-one type of thing. Very much a one-on-one. There's one guy shoots one guy. Maybe he accidentally misses and shoots a kid who's looking out the window, like they did in The Wire. That seems to be that more of their gun violence. But with us, it's very much a, it's not for me. But if the gun violence is for you, you're really into it. There's no like little, I shot one guy because he insulted me. It's very rare that happens with a white guy. But they do put up big numbers when they do. When they do crack, it's 10 people. Whack. So it's tough. I don't know how to even have that conversation. How would you even have that conversation with someone? Dude, can you not fucking just, and it's like, it's not even that I care about the victims. I'm just like kind of like going, dude, you're really ruining it for white guys right now. We're getting bad press. We're getting fucking nailed on every side. Just stop the mass shooting. There must be a way for white guys to just get out this aggression than, loading up some sort of semi-automatic gun. And I'll be honest, I don't know what that means. They're loading up some sort of a gun and shooting a bunch of cunts while live streaming it on Twitch and writing a manifesto. Because I would have thought that whores, and I don't want to assume they're whores, but massage parlour, there's a good chance they are. If I was looking for a whore, that's the first place I'd look. So you would imagine, actually, it's the opposite of, the massage parlours are not the enemy of the incel. They're an ally. They are the solution. That's what I always thought. A nice sex worker would actually be the one to help us. To how ironic that I would be campaigning for legalization of sex work, as in the pure, pure honest sex work, not this flicking your fucking bean on OnlyFans, shoving a tentacle dildo up your arse, shoving a dildo up your arse that looks like an alien's fucking fist. That's not real. That's not real sex work. That's not real work, by the way. We gotta stop pretending that sex work is real work, and I'll tell you it is. Sure, it's real work. Sure it is. But at the same time, it's kind of not. All right, listen. I'm in this is sex. This is just like sex work. This is the same shit. I'm exposing myself emotionally too much to people for their entertainment. The difference is, you just bend over, take a photo. I'm fucking sharing my inner thoughts, trying to make it entertaining. What are you doing? Squeezing your titty? Like, I don't blame you. If it sounds like a great job. It sounds like a great job. Strap a vibrator to your box for money.
Thank you, my brother.
Someone just gave me $10. Thank you so much, my friend. Save it for later, I'll show you my arsehole. I'm gonna spread my cheeks. Don't get me wrong, if I could be a fucking OnlyFans tramp, I would. It's great, but don't act as if you're working in a coal mine. That's the problem with all the girls now. It's real work and you don't know, and do you think CEOs earn their money? This is real work. It's like, it is. I guess it's real work. Being the son of a millionaire that's a job, I guess. But it's pretty easy. You're not working on it. You're not working for a masonry company. See, this is the same setup as a cam girl, to be honest. Exactly. They're agreeing with me in the chat. I know what I'm talking about. I am a cam girl. I'm just too ugly to show you my body. That's the issue. So I know this isn't real work. If anyone tries to pretend that it is, they just don't want you getting in on it. It's a scam. Real work. And trust me, real work is not to be. You shouldn't be proud of that. Working your way around real work is the goal, right? That's the way you need to work around it. So I don't think we should be ashamed to say absolutely not. I didn't really want to work hard, so I'm showing you the insides of my body. I'm showing you my innards for tips. And it's to be applauded. Great. Be lazy. So that's what I'm talking about. But these Asian masseuses, is that the right word for plural of masseuse? Or is it like sheep? One masseuse, two masseuse, masseuse-I? What's that? Everyone's agreeing with me. Work harder, work smarter, not harder. Exactly. Spread your legs wider. Nah, you're not ugly. Show us your shillelagh. See? Everyone's begging me to see my asshole right now. You're gonna have to tip a lot of money to see this asshole. I'll get shut down on YouTube straight away. So, these Asian masseuses, that Massessi, someone said, who got shot by this guy. I don't know what he was up to, and I thought they were actually going to be helping people. So it's a pure shame. Of all the people, this poor guy. I don't know if he went down there for a rub and tug, and he couldn't afford it. I don't know if he just has a vendetta against Asians. It seems weird. It seems like a weird thing to hate. Of all the races for you to hate, that's the one you like. I'm just saying, of all the cultures, of all the races, like the Asians are the ones that bug you the most. That's weird. That's weird. You're living in you have not met them all. I gotta tell you, they wouldn't be my first massacre. I tell you that much. The Asians are good in my book. I fucking love the Asians. I love the fucking handjob, huh? Love an happy ending. Love a massage. Love the food. I love the fact that they don't even try to speak English. They just have their own little community there. They come over here. The third generation American never learned English. It's fantastic. Respect to you. They own their own land. They own their own buildings in Chinatown, and they'll only rent to fellow Chinese people. They love segregation, the Chinese, and that's why they're so powerful. And you got to applaud it. You got to applaud it. So I don't know how this guy got a bee in his bonnet over a couple of massage ladies, and they're just pure Asian too. It's funny to be like, there's so many Asian countries that we just kind of throw them all in. This guy could have a thing about, this guy could possibly, in theory, only dislike Chinese people. The only time he's ever fucking came across anyone he didn't like was actually Chinese. And then he ended up accidentally shooting up a Vietnamese fucking parlour. Did he stop? Did he ask them? He had a gun to the... Like, it's sad. It's sad. Anyway, it's tough too. It was a tough time for it to happen because, you know, suddenly I've noticed Asian Americans are really starting to dominate the news cycle now in terms of how they're repressed, and there's a lot of violence apparently, which is kind of nuts. Is it really like that? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what it's like to walk down the street as an Asian man and have a young gangbanger punch me in the head so he can get initiated into his little crew. I'm sure it's tough, but now it's there in vogue. It's in vogue. So it is tough because I was brushing it off. Everyone's like, you don't realise how much violence there are against Asians in this country, and I was like, now shut up. You're just copying. You're just a copycat now. You're looking for sympathy. Shut up. You have it great. You're dominating the fucking SATs. You're crushing it. You're the richest. Yeah. You're crushing it. You're the richest of all the people. Someone in the chat says Joe List and his girlfriend had their pocket picked at a non-sex Asian massage parlor. Maybe the guy had a similar experience. Are you sure that was Joe List or was that Mike Racine? Because the exact same thing happened to Mike Racine. Mike Racine got fucking his pickpocketed. They go, yeah, you leave your wallet with me, everything will be good. Everything will be good. They go, yeah, of course, yeah, absolutely. They were sex workers that happened to be not Asian. Hate just hookers. Oh, so this guy had nothing to do with the fact that they're Asian. He was anti-hooker. Well, like, that's crazy to me. That is like a mental illness. That should be like a questionnaire. Even priests love hookers. The most Christian of all the Christians in the world love a hooker. Wild. And he just happened to be Asian. We'll see. He said he was having a bad day. What happened? On the phone to Verizon for 4 hours trying to fix your internet. Couldn't get it fixed. They said the next time we can send someone over will be in 4 weeks. What happened? You forgot it was alternate side parking and got a ticket? What was your bad day? Tell me. Because that's wild. That's a different level of anger I've yet to experience. Anyway, so I wish you the best. I believe we're about to be marching. There's going to be marches coming up now. Asian Lives Matter, I believe. Be all white people. There'll be no Chinese there at all. There'll be no Asians. They're busy. They're working. They're collecting bottles out of trash cans or you know, studying at MIT or whatever. I'm saying immigrant Chinese, immigrant Asians, fresh off the fucking boat Asians. They won't be there. They don't give a fuck. They're too busy. China's ruthless, man. Do you know how many people there? They don't have time to care about you and your feelings. The Chinese. Do you ever see some of those videos? There was a video before I saw of in China. Did you ever see it? There was some little baby came walking out of a shop or something, and some guy reverses like some sort of a tuk-tuk. Some sort of a tuk-tuk van type thing. Some guy reversed over this little baby. A 6-year-old Asian kid or something. In some weird back alley streets. You know, they have the fucking weird lanterns and shit, and there's smoke billowing from the road. And the baby's just lying there on the ground for like 2 hours. They sped forward. You didn't watch it in real time. They just had a clock in the middle, and everyone was going real fast, like a fucking like a Benny Hill sketch. Meanwhile, there's a kid on the ground going diddle 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 diddle. Kids on the ground. People are just like having a cigarettes. You know, they're just looking. They go, "Ah, there's a dead baby. We got too many." We had too many. So like they're wild, and of course you don't like be like that. So they don't come over here and be like, oh, what did a couple of us died? Yeah, there's billions of us. We are dying every fucking second of every day. So we're gonna be marching. Asian Lives Matter doesn't have the same ring to it. Certainly you can't use a colour. They never agreed on a colour for some reason. Unfortunately. We all have a colour. There's the whites, there's the blacks, and then there's the reds. The Asians never chose a colour. You never chose a colour. You gotta choose one. I don't care what it is, but you gotta choose one. Alright? Alright. So there's the Asians. I quite love the Asians. I've been watching. I know I touched on this last week. But it wouldn't be funny if you were at a massage parlour. If you got like... If you were at a massage parlour and it gets raided, like that's a tough time. That's the risk if you go to these, because they get raided all the time. How often does a fucking whorehouse get raided? It seems like it happens all the time. Okay? It seems like it happens all the time. How embarrassing. You sneak. Everyone in the chat now is saying YLM. No, get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
We will not allow that type of anti-Asian hate in my chat. Someone asked, am I from Dublin? Yeah, I'm from Dublin, but I've pretty much lost the accent now at this point. So it would be, talk about egg on your face. Could you imagine that? You tell your wife you're going to the gym or something. You tell your wife you're at work, you're at a massage parlour, you're getting a hand job, you're lying there going, oh yeah. Next thing you know, you hear in the other room, you go, what the fuck was that? I'll have what he's having. Please. So, talk about being embarrassed. That's the worst thing about this country. You go see a whore, there's a good chance you're getting arrested. Your face is on the newspaper. You're like this coming out of it.
Thank you, my brother.
Ryan Coates, thanks brother, $21. Happy days, Collie in the chat. Thanks for the content this month. You're welcome, brother. Thank you, Ryan. You're the man. So that's a tough one. I don't think you can get away with it. You know, it's not like you can like give a statement to the cop and be just like, look, I was getting a hand job in one of the rooms. Next thing you know, there was a shooting in the other one. Can you not tell my wife, please? That's the way I would like to go. I'd rather go that way than stay. I survived the massage massacre of Queens, New York, 2021. That's me. I would rather go and then have probably the funniest real ass podcast episode about my death ever. Everyone making fun of me. How did he die? Oh, he was getting a hand job at 2 o'clock in the morning at a massage parlour. And some maniac came in and shot him. He died doing what he loved. Exploiting trafficked humans. Exploiting human trafficking for a fucking rub and tug. He died doing what he loved, negotiating some extras at a massage parlour at midnight. Immigrant and stand-up comedian was one of the casualties. So that's a funny way to go. Funny thing to survive. Because on one hand, you survive. On one hand, you survive the massacre. Like, was anyone in those rooms at the moment? Or was everybody shot? I didn't really read into it. See, it couldn't have been a, they wouldn't, this is the thing about it, a black guy couldn't do this, because he would have had to press the bell, you know, beep, bzzzt, and they look through the little hole and they go, come on in. That was a black guy in this vengeance. No. That's all he would have heard was, no, we closed. Sorry. So there you go. White guys, maybe there's black guys who want to go on a mass fucking murdering spree, but they just don't get the opportunities. Maybe that's a white privilege thing. Just getting to a certain point with a loaded gun is white privilege. All the other races, they're caught leaving their estate, driving down the road, they're getting pulled over. We're all the way there. So maybe that is white privilege right there. But that would be a tough one. You're in a massage parlour, you're getting a blowjob or something like that. Next thing you know, there's a big shooting in the other room. You jump out, you know, it's crazy. The cops show up. Your wife shows up. You have to kind of explain to it. You go, listen. You're dwelling on the hand jobs. We need to focus on the fact that I survived the massacre. Okay, stop with the fact that I was at a whorehouse in the middle of the night. Come on, I could be dead, baby. I could be dead. All right, so let's forget about that. This is national news. Let's just put that part to the side and let's just keep going. Let's keep going here. Let's forget that I was paying for some happiness. A couple getting a couple's massage got lit up. A couple getting a couple's massage got lit up. Wow, I didn't even see that. So it was 6 age that. So they got taken out. Damn, that's not funny. That's like the saddest thing. That poor guy was like didn't even want to go. His chick was like, "Fucking no, let's do a couple's massage." And he's like, "No, let's just do like solo rooms." No, let's just have our own section rooms. So he's like, "No, let's do it. It's nice." He's like, "Oh God." Shit. Sorry to hear that. Just a wrong massage parlor. Of all the massage parlors in all the world that your girl dragged you to. There's a Thai massage place that unlocks. This is a comment from the chat. There's a Thai massage place that unlocks the doors to let a guest out and locks it back. Maybe that is why. Or cops raids. Yeah, I would imagine the reason that these massage parlors lock their doors and stuff is because of cop raids and probably just pimps or thieves or something just showing up, beating the fuck up, just beating the shit out of them. And now it's massacres. Now they have to worry about massacres. Yeah, that's a thing. And what is a massacre, by the way? How many deaths is a massacre? Is there like is there an actual definition, or is it more like an opinion? Call me Frank Gallagher. Here comes her ma. It's about to be a massacre. How do you even spell? Here we go. Massacre definition. An indiscriminate and brutal slaughter of people. The attack was described as a cold-blooded massacre. Yeah, so there's no like deliberately and violently kill a large number of people. That's funny. Yeah, some guy's in jail. Yo, yeah, you know me. Yeah, I'm the massacre. Yeah, I'm the East Side Massacre. Yeah, you ever heard the East Side Massacre? That was me. There was 2 people. One of those people died that wasn't even related to you. They were running from you and they got hit by a truck. That's not a massacre. He's like, nah, it's a massacre, dude. Yeah. Someone said if it's white, it's a massacre. I guess. Telling you, there's just no Asian shootings. There's just no. What if we did tit for tat? Would that be a good legal system? Would that help us with racism? Like we can't go all the way back to reparations. We're too far mixed. It's the bloodlines have mixed. It's too far. We're not really gonna get there, unfortunately. But what if every time there's like a crime like this, the other race gets like a freebie? So they pull in those families. The families of these victims get to sit down and they go, okay, listen, you're all allowed one. It's free. Do as you will. They gotta be over 18. It gotta be white. Be careful, because if you do accidentally shoot like a Hispanic, then they get one. So that's the way it is. So right now, ring up whoever's in charge of the fucking Chinese and say you're allowed 6. What about if because there's already what that couple that got shot, were they white? The Virginia Tech shooter was an Asian fella. Interesting. What about that couple? Were they white? Because that means if that's the 6 minus those 2, they're owed 4. The Asians are owed 4 freebie kills, white kills. I think this is it. I think I got the solution. All right. I think that's it. Interest. People are fighting in the chat. It was a white lady. Yeah, so there, Asians are owed 4. You'll have a hard time finding a white run massage parlor to shoot up. In New York, you will. You have to head out to Coney Island with all the Russians, with the high class horse. If you're willing to travel that way. Someone said 1 to 5. The couple were Hispanic. Everyone's fighting. See, the Hispanics are owed 2. Then I don't know. That means the Asians are. What's everyone? Who's that in the chat? Someone said Red Bar loves Colum though, and then there's a Mike Mike says not right now. He doesn't. Interesting. That you? Is that you, Red Bar? Is that you, Mike from Red Bar? You big bully! Get out of here! Get out of here, Mike! All right. Get out of here! You're not invited, Mike. Get out of here. What do you want? You're up to no good. Mike from Red Bat is always up to no good. You, Mike. What are you ever doing that's good? You're always up to no good. Scram, yeah, scram. We're not talking comedy gossip here today. We're talking world news. We're talking massage massacres and how to eliminate racism. That's what we're getting to the bottom of. We're not talking about Gino Biconsi's yellow teeth. What's Gino's name? Gino Biconte. I'm not learning his Italian name. Alright, so get out of here, Red Bar. We're having fun here. We're having fun talking about slayed Asians. Back off. This is not for you today. Alright? Come back another time. Gino Disconte. Discount. His name's not Disconte. That's not a name. I'm not learning the Italian names. I talked about this last week. I've been watching, speaking of Asians, I love the Asians, by the way. I've been watching fucking this show about the samurai. I need to start watching it again. I kind of stopped for a little bit. It's called I don't know, The Rise of the Samurai or some shit. Just Google samurai, check out Netflix. You're gonna find it. It's sick. Like this, and this isn't a long time ago. This is 200-300 years ago. These guys are just warriors. That's their whole. I don't even know how it happens with these people. They just get conditioned. They're just from an era where there's a guy in charge, and then because of him, you're just sent to fight the other guy who, let's be honest, is exactly the same as fucking your guy. And that's not saying Asians look alike. I mean, just like in that, like they're all the same guy. You just happen to be born somewhere. Alright? So I'm watching this samurai thing. And for years, you were just born into a village and your whole job was just to go die in a field somewhere. Your whole life. We all talk about all today's microaggressions and shit. These guys were just 100% PTSD from the second they were brought up. They were born, the second they could walk, they were handed a fucking sword and thought, if you ever make a mistake, you must shove that in your own belly. They're like, okay, yes, okay. They're wild. These guys used to just fight each other all the time. I don't remember their names. This is one of the issues with being so stupid. Is I don't know if you ever read a book and then one of the characters has like an unusual name, Fascinta or something, and you go, what the fuck is Fascinta? And then later on you forget that cunt's name, and the protagonist is like, Fascinta walked in the room, and you go, who the fuck is that again? You don't understand. That's the same with watching this fucking thing. Everyone's name is Nakamura or Nakamaru or Kahunta or Bisconte. They all have the same fucking name. So it's very difficult for me to watch this show because they have this empire versus this empire, or emperor versus this emperor, and they're all just fighting each other. And I'm always like, wait, which one is this again? Which Asian is this? The names are too similar. So that's the issue with me watching it. I'm too stupid to follow it. But there was one guy at the beginning, I can't remember his name, and this is how it changed the entire course of history. There was a white ship near Japan, got shipwrecked, landed on his fucking beach, and they had 500 fucking rifles. So that was it. And then he went to war against all these other guys, and they had their swords and their bow and arrows on their horses, and they had a bit of a fight. And the opposite guy was like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. I got 2,000 men. And he's like, oh yeah? I've got this magic weapon. And just shot his way across fucking Japan. It was wild. It's sick. Eventually that guy got captured, and rather than die, he walked himself into a little room, he drank some sake, and he went, I bring a great dishonor, and through his stomach. Sick. What a wild time to be alive. Could you imagine that? I remember I saw a girl get hit by a truck one time in New York City, and her leg was lying on the ground in the cover, like in a bunch of blood. The truck driver's there having a cigarette going, I didn't see her. Just everyone's hanging around, the cops, and I remember seeing that girl on the ground go, oh my God. It rocked me for a while. Every time I remember that dead body, I'm just like, oh my God, it was so sad. She had her Christmas shopping on the ground, some horse shit. She was probably running around New York trying to get her son something nice, some sort of piece of shit PlayStation thing that was sold out, so she was running across the road to get there. Got whacked by a truck. Every time I did, that affected me. That affected me a lot. I can only imagine what it's like to just be in a battle. Just have someone's sword fly past your head, hanging out with your friend. Next thing you know, his head is fucking off his shoulders, lying on the ground. What the fuck? Wild. These guys just killing themselves. Insane. So the Japanese rule. One of the best things though, and I think we probably need to bring it back, is that if you wanted to be a Japanese fucking ruler, all you kind of had to do was you had to just kill the guy who was ahead of you. Pretty much. It's the way it worked. It was also weird and fantastic fucking fantastic fucking propaganda or something for keeping these guys in check. Could you imagine right now if someone said that to you? Yo, listen, we have to go to war. You're gonna go onto the battlefield, and that's just the way it is. It's a territory thing. You're like, absolutely no. You do that. There must have been a few guys on their way to battle going, psst, is this a bit fucked? Why the fuck we doing this? Why the fuck are we going to war right now? Just watching their friend get a bow, just an arrow straight to his face. And you go, oh, this is shit. You can't tell anyone. You tell anyone you don't want to fight, they fucking kill you. Just going, this is shit. So it must be fucking, it's wild that they could keep that. Imagine just being born like that going, this is fucking crazy. God, I don't want to do this. But it was a nice time was that if you wanted to be the king, you just had to kill the king, kind of. Even if you were working for him, you could just go, yo, come here to me. There's a bit of poison. and he goes down. Now you're the king. That's it. That's me. Oh, catch the flag. That's me, baby. It'd be great if you could do that in comedy. I'll just fucking hunt down Kevin Hart and shoot him in the head and go, I am now Kevin Hart. Put me in a movie with The Rock. And I'm like, yeah. I'm in Jumanji 9. I could do Kevin Hart specials. I could do that. I think I'm good enough to do Kevin Hart specials. I might not be a funny little black man, but I'm like a you know, I guess I'm a slightly entertaining white guy. Same thing. If you challenge the leader and you win, you're the new leader. Yeah. Canada doesn't want draft dodging commies. Look, here we go. This might be interesting. If you read Machiavelli, which is the prince, right? You'd know taking power that way is very hard to hold on to. Well, I haven't read it because I'm not a stupid wop who believes in that horseshit. That book, The Prince, by Machiavelli or whatever, apparently there's a lot of evidence to say that book is actually just satire. Alright? Yeah, I know, they're correcting me now. This is an interesting book. If you ever read this, I always mispronounce it, and forgive me, but I don't care about Italian names. Machiavelli. Is it? How do you say it? Machiavelli? Anyway, regardless of that dumb fucking thing, there's a lot of evidence that was actually just a joke. That guy was like a comedian. The guy who wrote that book. He was like a comedian, and he wrote a satire about being like an evil politician and how to maintain. He was just like joking, and then all these kids are like, "Oh my god, it's the greatest book I've ever read. Don't ever trust nobody, okay?" And all the dumb mobsters, John Gotti and all his other idiot friends in prison. Oh, keep your enemies close. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Boom. It's not satire. It was written to unite Italy. I'm sure it was satire. I think Italians are too stupid to even know what's going on. Honestly. Famously great in bed, but bad everywhere else. The Prince isn't the easiest read. 100% definitely. Definitely that's a satire book. Everyone's like, it's not a satire. That's not what it is about. It is. You guys have been fooled, and you're because your name is Giovanni or whatever. You've been walking around high school in your fucking tracksuits, playing dice or whatever, driving a Vespa, going, "This is it, baby, the Prince. I'm living my life by the Prince." It was just some guy got high and wrote a fucking book. Now what did you just say? Now we're all, look, everyone's fucking fighting. I know the example I just gave is The Art of War because that's the only one I can think of, but as far as I remember, Machiavellian is fucking, it's the same type of horseshit. So, that was that. That was it, really. So that was us. That's what we got through. Let me see what else we have prepared for today. I'm gonna be in Indianapolis this weekend. If anyone's around, I think I'm doing a couple of spots with Shane Gill. This is yet to really be confirmed, but if anyone is out there, tomorrow night, the 19th, I'll be there, I think. So come say hi. I've never been to Indianapolis, Indiana. I've never been to, so I have no idea what to expect. I'm sure it's gonna be pretty fun. I'm not hungover, by the way. I know I lied. If anyone's listening to this in the future, on YouTube, I titled this episode St. Patrick's Day Hangover with the assumption that I would be fucked up today. And to be honest, I just never really got that drunk. It was an issue with me yesterday, and sometimes I do this. Sometimes my own laziness gets in the way of my drinking. I take a sit, and then rather than get up and go to the fridge for more beer. I just sort of let myself get sober. Is that relatable to you guys? Just days I've been in here where I'd rather sit here than get up and go to the fridge. Oh shit, look, we just got a Cash App donation. I don't know if you want me to give you a name, you can say it. But $25 just came over at the Cash App. I don't know if you guys use Cash App. It's at Colum Tyrrell. I don't even know how you found that out, but thank you, brother. That's great. That's going to go towards the camera, man. Thank you. So what I did was this year, I don't know if you guys saw it, go over to my Twitter at Colum Tyrrell if you want. I bought this new machine. It's called it's an ultrasonic fucking jewelry cleaner. Pretty much it's this little bath that vibrates like a tiny little jacuzzi, but it vibrates so fast that apparently it's supposed to clean your fucking jewelry. Alright, so there's a way of, in a can of Guinness, and again this is very geeky, so let me indulge myself. I am the Guinness king. So in a can of Guinness draft, spelt like drought somehow for some reason, when you crack open, there's a little ball in there. Do you ever hear a can of Guinness? Get yourself a can of Guinness. Inside there's a little ball. Alright? It's called a widget. And in that ball, there's like little pockets of CO2, I believe. Or nitrogen. What's CO2? So, I think it's nitrogen's in there. And what happens is when you crack open the can, the pressure releases that nitrogen. It foams up the drink. So then when you pour it into your Guinness, it gets all creamy and shit. Alright? Are you following me with it now? Because this is collie science, by the way, which means it is definitely 100% wrong. Okay? If there's one thing I know in this world, it's that I don't know anything. Now, so that's what you do. Now, with this other machine, this is the trick. If you open the can of Guinness really slowly, just like tiniest of little, there won't be enough pressure to activate the widget. Okay? It releases it. So then when you pour it out, it's going to be flat as hell. Flat as fucking Elliot Page. Okay? Flatter than a motherfucker. So you get that flat Guinness and then you put it in the ultrasonic bath. The ultrasonic bath vibrates and then it releases all the gas within the Guinness. It foams up. It's beautiful. It's very similar to a Guinness that you'd get in a pub. It's nowhere near as good. It's a bit of a gimmick. It takes a long time. You got to clean your glasses. So that's the issue. Is I had like 7 or 8 of those yesterday. And the problem is sometimes when you crack it open, it still reacts. It still sets off the ball. So it's a real pain in the cunt, actually, to be honest.
Thank you, my brother.
Ryan Coates to $5. Get a Jacuzzi. It's a hot tub for your balls. Alright, nice. That's kind of what I have. I think I could do that. Okay. So I'll put my balls in anything. If you send that to me as fan mail, send me a little ball jacuzzi. What was it called? Jabalzi? Jacuzzi. I'll do that. So this is the whole thing. The Guinness is better. It's probably not worth it, to be honest. But that was it. So I'm drinking that yesterday, and I'm sitting around going, do I want more drink, or do I just want to go to bed? So that was it. I didn't have that much of a fucking session. My girl made me some corned beef hash. It was a fantastic meal. So, and that was it. What did you guys do? Did you celebrate it? Is there anything going on? So Patrick's Day is done. So Patrick's Day is BC, before COVID. That's something that's getting taken away, unfortunately. That's going to be gone. There's lots of stuff is going to be gone. And Patrick's Day is one that's just not coming back. I'll be honest, I feel like we're racistly forcing them to be more Irish. Guinness is nasty. Sorry, beers are not supposed to be that complicated. Well, it's complicated to you, Squish Mitten 66. Because Mr. Mitten 66. Because you're like kind of stupid, you know? Like I just explained it to you and I'm an idiot. So like that's why it's complicated to you. So these are just the answers. If you can't keep up, you can't keep up. So That's it. That's what happened with the fucking fucking Cardi B and Bill Burr. We can talk about that in a second. That's it. I didn't do much, man, this whole week. We got some stuff. I want to save it. We're going to head over to the Patreon now in a few minutes. I know we've been... I know I kept you late, but also we can't be here all day. You know what I mean? Someone said Dr. Mitten 66. Yeah, see, everyone's arguing over...
Thank you, my brother.
Guinness. Mike Hansen, tip $5. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Where are we now? $344. We're 40% to our goal towards a new camera. Thank you. Appreciate it. The Lee is back. That's interesting, isn't it? Where's Red Bar? Come back, Red Bar. Now that we're talking shop. The Lee is back. I saw Dane Cook had a bit of an issue online. I feel like people always accused Krista Lee of stealing Dane Cook's act. So now I'm kind of like, what else did he copy? I don't know. No, you know, we can't just start taking these guys down over tweets. Okay? We can't just I really believe that a lot of these guys do deserve to go down, but we can't just have a tweet go viral and then everyone go, that's it. Just one person goes, hey, when I was 14, Krista Lee fucked me, or whatever. Not Krista Lee, Dane Cook. Dane Cook's kind of gone now. He's old and he's creepy, and his girlfriend's 14 too. Well, his girlfriend's 19, whatever. But I always liked the guy. I always liked his fucking... I never hated him like everyone else hated him. But maybe it's time. Is anyone out there? Remember 4chan did all this stuff? I think Tim Pool said that the whole free bleeding thing was just a bunch of guys on 4chan. Just let's get all these girls to fucking bleed all over their dresses. And you go, okay. So they started this trend through 4chan. They got together. This is my knowledge. They got together and they encouraged women to just not use tampons, because tampons were, just a sign of the patriarchy. They're like, fuck you. I'm gonna bleed all over my fucking dress. That'll show you. We deserve equal pay. And you go just bleeding all over your jeans. And they'd put up photos like, yeah, fighting a man. My uterus lining is all over my panties. Yay. And all these guys are just online going, idiots. You fucking bird-brained idiots. So, how do you know someone's not doing that too? There's a Dane Cook. There's just a bunch of guys got together and go, hey, listen, I'm going to spend 4 years as a fake girl on Twitter, just tweeting and retweeting and talking about fucking My Little Pony. And then one day, when the time is right, I'm going to take down fucking Dane Cook. I'm going to fucking take him down. That's it. Neon Gutters are gone. See you later, bro. So maybe that's what's happening. Well, Daney boy got taken out. That must be that's a tough situation for you, to be taken out when you did nothing. Everyone said fuck off. In the chat, Neon Gutters goes, I'm going, I'm out, see you later. And then one sick J goes, fuck off. You fucking jerk off. That's funny. The chat fucking rules here, by the way. The chat rules. Who's this? What am I reading in the chat? Free bleeding has always been a thing in other cultures. Shoving cotton up into our uterus is probably not good for us. Interesting. Aurora Borealis. You're a chick? I always thought you were a dude. Interesting. Yeah, I guess free bleeding is natural when you don't have any clothing, or it was the fucking 1600s or something. Yeah, they probably had something. They probably had a sock up there or something, right? People are saying Diva cups are creepy. I guess it's like if you don't know about the Diva cup, and this is the period episode for some reason, I've kind of never talked about this shit. We're talking about different women hygiene products. All right. Those Diva cups are creepy. Yeah. I guess they're like, if people don't know, Diva cups are like, do you ever see those oxygen masks? They go over your face. Like on an airplane, they'll drop down and they go over your face. That's what a Diva cup is like. It's like that, except you put it over your box, and then it fills up with blood, and you're just walking around squishing around. What I would do is I'd let it fill up with blood, and then I'd put a little fucking then I'd put a little goldfish in there, have that little guy swim around in there, see what happens. People are saying only hoes use tampons. Is that really a point of view that people have? Only hoes wear tampons? You slut. Yo, dude, look at it. You're at some girl's house. You're going through her fucking cabinet on the fucking her bathroom cabinet. You see some tampons. You're like, what a whore. What a fucking slut this girl is. I don't know. I used to always take pride in the fact that I didn't give a fuck about blood. Never gave a fuck about it. I'm a man. I'm a dude. Chicks would be like, hey, let's have sex, but I'm on my period. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's gonna look like a massacre. Get that on my face. It's gonna look like a fucking Apache India. That's a young man's game. That's a young, horny boy's game. I'm too old for that now. Just a 10 out of 10. Just a 10 out of 10 chick. Come on over, but you gotta go down me on my period. I'm like, absolutely not. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna watch South Park, alright? There's no way I'm doing that. That's nuts. Absolutely not. Okay. Speaking of South Park, that brand new, did anyone see that new fucking South Park? That was sick. That new South Park was fucking wild. They are fucking just the best. I don't know how they do it consistently all the time, everywhere. No one has that longevity. They've had a couple of stinkers over the years, but fucking that new the way they've done it now, they really summarised it up. It looks like they pulled the plug on it without giving it away. They're kind of talking about how the show's just getting old or whatever, but that was great. It's very rare. No one does that anymore. Longevity. What name a show that's going that long? Curb Your Enthusiasm, South Park. There's no other shows. Laura in the chat says she would never let someone do that. Well, you're just not a dirty bitch. South Park rules. I don't know what else there is. Curb Your Enthusiasm has been great, consistently, still going. Is everyone freaking out at the idea of covering yourself in blood, looking like a massacre? South Park rules. It's funny. It's great. Go check it out, that new episode, if you can. There's nothing else matching it. Everyone else gets in and gets out. There's no such thing anymore. We all have, our brains are too hard, are too fucking soft. Our brains are too soft, and it's too hard to pay attention for years. Curb is the only thing that's still going. That's good. South Park is the only thing that's still going. That's good. Everything else is garbage. You get 5 good seasons. Everything else finishes, right? I guess fucking The Simpsons is going, but no one watches that anymore, do they? Really? No one watches The Simpsons anymore. Regularly. Good episodes. What about, is Family Guy still going? American Dad still going? Are they even going anymore? I don't even know. How would you even know? South Park used to be the shit. South Park was a huge thing from my childhood. As a teenager, when I was around 17, 18, 19, South Park was the type of thing where it would be like, brand new episode on Friday night. I'd be going to the pub and I'm like, I'm gonna sit in for an hour. I'm gonna show up an hour late so I can fucking watch South Park and have their weird takes on shit. Someone says Saturday Night Live.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here. Saturday Night Live isn't even close to being good. It's not even like on par with being good. Saturday Night Live, yeah, I know it's over 40 years old, but it's not good. It's like a terrible show. They're dining on the fact that they had Billy Crystal there in 1969. Hey, we used to have John Belushi. Yeah, he's been dead for 30 years. Have you seen that? Have you watched SNL lately? And I don't mind. Like, it's a show and good for all the writers making their money. By the way, a lot of those fucking writers walk around like it's the greatest show on the world. Anyone that actually watches SNL as an interest, who finds it fucking funny, anyone who enjoys SNL has a serious lack of IQ. They're bird-brained idiots who are watching that show. There's nothing going on in SNL. They're stealing everyone's jokes. They have Keenan dressed up as a fucking cucumber on the stage. You go, what is this shit? Taylor Swift. It's actually a bad show. It's not even close to being good. There's fucking kids on TikTok sniffing paprika. That's more entertaining than SNL. Wall to wall, it's just like a horrific show. The format's terrible. The writing is bad. It's just bad. And then everyone that writes on the show carries themselves like they're working on like some sort of like The Godfather or something. All the cool kids in comedy are on SNL, wearing their cool sneakers at the club. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Your show stinks. Your show stinks. I don't give a fuck if you're a multi-millionaire. Your show stinks. These are the facts. Walking around in your Supreme hoodies. That's the thing. There's the SNL crew. All the writers over the years. Come and a lot of them are gone. A lot of them have moved on from the show. They'd be at the comedy club like with their friends. Yeah, you know what, son? Or whatever way they talk. Jumping in and out of their fucking Lamborghinis. Your show stinks. I do like fucking Keenan though. There's something about him. I think it's because he used to do Keenan and Kel. So I like him from my childhood. Someone says, I keep up with people like you and Matt and Shane, and it's like watching a show, I guess. Yeah, imagine Shane got there. Interesting. Imagine Shane got on that. It's interesting to know. He probably wouldn't be podcasting anymore. He'd probably just be a guy in a nice sports coat, and he'd have a nice wardrobe, and he'd probably be about 35 pounds lighter, I'd imagine. Shane would be the Trump character or the high school bully. Yeah, so he'd play himself. Alright, that's it for this. But we're gonna head straight over to the Patreon. Thank you very much for hanging out. Appreciate it. If you're not part of the Patreon, consider going over. It's only $1, and this will be live streaming straight away for anyone that's watching. It's probably be about 5-10 minutes, and then we're gonna fucking head over. Alright? So that's everything. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell your parents, write a review, 5 stars. Follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, everything. Donate. Go onto the fucking Patreon. Get my album. Go on Spotify, Pandora. Write me letters. Never ends. Do whatever you want. Be a free person. your whole life's just spent. But head over to the Patreon, honestly. It's only $1. It's somebody sick. Last night's episode on the Patreon, Bobby Kelly phoned in and he made fun of me for a while, so that might be interesting to you. Appreciate it, guys. Take it easy. I'll see you in a few minutes if you're following over.